I cannot even imagine where I would be today were it not for that handful of friends who have given me a heart full of joy. Let's face it, friends make life a lot more fun. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. We are all faced with a series of great opportunities brilliantly disguised as impossible situations. Each day of our lives we make deposits in the memory banks of our children. The difference between something good and something great is attention to detail. The remarkable thing is, we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. Attitude is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than what people do or say. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. A family is a place where principles are hammered and honed on the anvil of everyday living. The secret of living a life of excellence is merely a matter of thinking thoughts of excellence. Really, it's a matter of programming our minds with the kind of information that will set us free. The swift wind of compromise is a lot more devastating than the sudden jolt of misfortune. Because God gave you your makeup and superintended every moment of your past, including all the hardship, pain, and struggles. He wants to use your words in a unique manner. No one else can speak through your vocal cords, and, equally important, no one else has your story. I know of nothing more valuable, when it comes to the all-important virtue of authenticity, than simply being who you are. When you have a sense of calling, whether it's to be a musician, soloist, artist, in one of the technical fields, or a plumber, there is something deep and enriching when you realize it isn't just a casual choice, it's a divine calling. It's not limited to vocational Christian service by any means. Words can never adequately convey the incredible impact of our attitudes toward life. The longer I live, the more convinced I become that life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we respond to it. I'm here today to warn you. I want you to watch out for the adversary. Guard yourself from any spirit of entitlement. Restrain any and all subtle temptation to gain attention or to find ways to promote yourself. There is plenty of television. There are plenty of talk shows. There are plenty of comedians. But there is not plenty of worship of the true and living God. The world has changed and it's going to keep changing, but God never changes, so we are safe when we cling to Him. We can't solve modern problems by going back in time. Retreating to the safety of the familiar is an understandable response, but God has called us to a life of faith. And faith requires us to face the unknown while trusting Him completely. I think it is important to begin with a statement in your speech that grabs the attention of the audience. I try to make my opening line 15 words or less. There is nothing more fearful for the average person in our society than to stand before a group of people and speak. When you are giving people the gospel, you are giving them something to believe, and you have to set the stage for that. You don't just drive up and dump the truck and drive off. When you have vision, it affects your attitude. Your attitude is optimistic rather than pessimistic. One of the worst things you can give to your people is someone you're not. Nothing is more bothersome to me than retiring. Weird things happen when you disengage. First you get negative, then you start telling people about your latest surgeries, and eventually you lose touch. I want to stay in touch. When a church is spending more of its budget on media than shepherding, something is out of whack. We have gotten things twisted around. We want a crowd to make us feel important and liked. But why is getting a crowd our focus? Jesus never suggested that crowds were the goal. He never addresses getting your church to grow. Never. When I think of vision, I have in mind the ability to see above and beyond the majority.